starts as a hum, a background noise that nobody else seems to hear. Then it becomes a weight. You walk into a room and you don't just see the people there. You feel them. You absorb their anxiety, their hidden anger, their unspoken grief. By the time you leave, you are physically exhausted, and you haven't even said a word. Most people call this being sensitive, but psychology tells us that for about 15% of the population, it is something far more complex. It is a biological difference in how your brain processes reality, and understanding this difference can change how you experience your entire life. There's a specific reason why you feel like you are living life without skin, a reason why you can predict a breakup before it happens, or why a subtle change in someone's tone of voice can ruin your entire week. We're going to walk through the 7 signs that you feel everything too deeply. And the final sign is the one most people never talk about because it changes how you see connection forever. Sign number 1, the sponge effect. Imagine you are a house with no doors and no windows. The wind blows through, the rain comes in, you have no barrier. This is the default state of the deep feeler. When someone you love is hurting, you don't just feel sympathy, you physically manifest their pain. If a friend is anxious, your heart rate spikes. If your partner is angry, your stomach tightens. You aren't just observing the room, you are consuming it. Psychologists call this emotional contagion, but for you, it isn't contagious, it's instantaneous. And the worst part is that you often can't tell which emotions are yours and which ones belong to someone else. You wake up heavy, sad, tired, and you have no idea why. Sign number 2, the paradox of numbness. This sounds contradictory. If you feel everything, how can you feel nothing at all? Because the human nervous system has a fuse box, and yours blows faster than most. When the input becomes too much, when the world gets too loud, too sad, too demanding, you don't cry. You shut down. You dissociate. You might stare at a wall for 20 minutes unable to move. You might scroll endlessly through your phone without absorbing a single word. This isn't laziness. This is emotional flooding. Your brain has pulled the emergency brake to stop you from burning out. If you cycle rapidly between caring too much and caring about nothing at all, that is not instability. It is a defense mechanism. This shutdown isn't a failure. It's your system trying to survive. But there is a darker side to this flooding, something that affects your relationship with time and memory. We'll get to that next. Sign number 3, you grieve things before they are gone. Most people enjoy moments while they're happening. You don't. You're already mourning their ending. You look at your parents and don't just see them as they are, you see their age. You're on a beautiful vacation, sitting somewhere you've dreamed of, and a wave of sadness hits you because you know this moment will soon be over. This is called anticipatory nostalgia. You feel the passage of time physically, like an ache in your chest. It makes you deeply appreciative, but it also makes it impossible to ever fully relax. You are always saying goodbye, even when you've just said hello. Sign number 4, the human lie detector. This is where your sensitivity becomes sharp. Because you process micro cues, tone shifts, posture changes, tiny pauses, you know when people aren't being honest. When someone says, "I'm fine," but they aren't, you know. This sounds like a superpower. It isn't, because society is built on polite lies. How are you? Good. Do you like this? Yes. You see through the social fabric. You hear the distance in someone's voice weeks before they ask for space. You notice resentment long before anyone admits it exists. You are living in high definition in a standard definition world. And the isolation of seeing what others ignore while everyone else keeps pretending is one of the loneliest feelings there is. Sign number 5, the replay loop. Someone made a sarcastic comment to you years ago. You're still analyzing it. This isn't holding a grudge, it's deep processing. Your brain doesn't just store experiences, it dissects them. It looks for meaning, for patterns, for what it says about you. You don't just have memories, you have echoes, and they are loud. Sign number 6, you carry guilt for needing space. You feel guilty for canceling plans when you're emotionally drained. Guilty for not replying when you don't have the capacity. Guilty for needing rest that other people don't seem to need. You watch others move faster, handle more, recover quicker, and you wonder what's wrong with you. But nothing is wrong with you. You are operating with a nervous system that processes more information more deeply than most. That depth costs energy. So when you need space, you're not being difficult. You're being honest about your limits. The guilt comes from being taught that your natural rhythm is a flaw. It isn't. It's just different. And finally, sign number 7, the one that quietly defines your entire existence. You crave a depth of connection that most people never reach, because you love with intensity, because you give fully, because you feel without filters. You want conversations that go past the surface. You want to know someone's fears, their inner world, the parts they hide, but most people can't go there. They stay on the surface, and you find yourself alone in the deep end, waiting for someone to dive down and meet you. This is where the feeling of being too much is born. Too intense, too emotional, too complicated. But here is the truth. When people say you are too sensitive, what they really mean is that your feelings make them uncomfortable. You aren't broken. You aren't weak. You are experiencing a fuller version of reality. You see what others miss. You feel what others avoid. And yes, that makes life heavier, but it also makes you capable of depth, empathy, and connection that most people will never touch. If you've spent your life waiting to feel understood, this is me telling you that you are. The world wasn't built for people like you. It was built for the fast, the loud, and the numb. But the world needs people like you. Your depth is not a flaw. It is a filter. It filters out the people who aren't ready for you, and it preserves you for the ones who are. Thanks for taking this mind trip with me. Until next time, take care of your mind. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so it gets to others. I'd love to connect with you in the comments.